how to make sourdough bread. You need a few things: a big container, a bowl, a bucket, something like that, some flour, some salt, which I got right here, and then I'm gonna use sourdough starter, and I'm gonna make enough for 2 kind of small bowls. That's when you see the bread that looks like kind of a mound with a pretty shape on top. I'm gonna start by putting about a 1/4 cup, give or take a clump, 3 cups of water. There's 2 cups. There's another cup. All right, cool. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm also gonna put some salt in the water. I'm gonna do 1.5 tablespoons of salt, give or take a little. This is one thing, people often don't put enough salt in the bread dough, and then your bread tastes bland, and you don't really want bland bread. So now we have this nice, I guess we'll call it yeast milk.
Would you drink it?
No, I would never drink this. Now all we gotta do is add in the flour and stir it. Just use white to start. It's easier for you to deal with, and you're not gonna make cookies with whole wheat flour, so just like forget it. Now I need 6 cups of flour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You just want something that you can use to stir this up. I just used the back of a spoon, and what you're gonna end up with, take a look at that. It's kind of like a shaggy dough. Use your hands if you want. You know, no one's judging. It's really not that hard. It's just some yeast or starter, some flour, some water, some salt, and then you stir it all up, and then you wait 8 to 12 hours, and then we'll do our next step at night. I'm back with the dough we made earlier. Lots of things have gotten bigger, my hair, and you're gonna end up with this kind of like bubbly flour soup kind of thing. I mean, it's just a goo ball. This is a bench knife. I can use this to quickly cut the dough in about half. You know, it's fine if it's not perfect. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the bench knife and kind of rotate it a bit and then pull it towards yourself. And the key here is to just kind of have confidence and do it fairly quickly with a light touch. We start building some tension on there, and then we can stick that there. Now that we've let these guys bench rest for about 15, 20 minutes, it's time to finally shape them. And we also have these proofing baskets, which are really just bowls that I repurposed, and they're not even the same size because I don't care. And we're gonna line them with towels and then dust them generously with flour. Get flour on your hands. So you use your bench knife to scoop up our dough, like so. We flop it onto the surface there, and we pull, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, we have a nice little loaf. We drop it in the bag. And remember, this part doesn't have to be pretty. This is the bottom of the loaf. Okay. I'm gonna scoop him up, flip him upside down on the floured surface. Oh, it already stretched. We're gonna pull that guy, pull that guy, pull this guy over, pull that guy over. We drop it in here. We pull the seam tight. I like to wrap them in saran wrap because I don't know if like I'm gonna get some fridge smells in there, but it's gonna go in the fridge, and in the morning you'll be ready to bake your loaves. I'm back. We've proofed the bread now for about 12 hours in the refrigerator, and the oven is preheated to about 500 degrees. Inside, I've got my Dutch ovens. You can use whatever the heck you want. Let's start with the small guy. Quick flop upside down onto the parchment paper. Take off the bowl or basket, whatever you got. And now we pray that our towel doesn't stick too hard to the dough. We just peel it off. I'm gonna recommend that you keep a little bit of extra on one side, because then you can pick up the bread like in a nice little sling. Get our bowl upside down, quick, and peel it back. Oh no, stuck on the bottom. And then we are going to slash the top. When you cook it, there's gonna be steam made in the middle, and it's gonna want to escape. But you've built tension on the top of the dough, so there's nowhere for the steam to go. When you slash it, it allows the steam to escape from the dough. The other thing this does is, because we're gonna cook it at first with the lid on, is it allows the steam to surround the loaf, which is what gives it that crispy, crackly crust. Common way to do it is just to make like a nice slash. It doesn't have to be that deep. And then why don't you say we do some abstract art on this one? I'll just kind of like give it a little, you know. So we've got the classic, and then we've got the Guggenheim over here. We'll get out our Dutch ovens. You can grab it like a nice little sling, and you just lower it in there. And then you're gonna cook them for 20 minutes with the lid on. Let's go see how these guys are doing. protection. Take off the lids. Take a look in there. Look at that loaf. Look how beautiful that is. Woo! It just blew up in there. Close it. And now we just cook it for another 20 minutes. So, let's go check inside the oven and see how these loaves are doing. Oh, look at that. Here's our abstract loaf. Here's our big slash. They look great. They smell great. I can't share how they smell with you, unfortunately. Now you have a sling, and you can just walk this over to a wire rack. If you don't have one, it's fine. Just put them on a cutting board. There you go. 2 loaves of bread. So one last thing, you're gonna wanna wait about an hour for your bread to cool, and let's cut into it and see what it's like. So we got that crackling crumb. Here we go, and it's like nice and moist inside, and it's like chewy at the same time. Dip it in some olive oil. It's really good. Yeah, so make some bread.